Welcome to our fascinating journey into the depths of biblical enigmas. In this captivating video, we will embark on an exploration of the shadow people phenomenon within the context of the Book of Job. Prepare to unravel the mysteries hidden within Job chapter 4 as we shine a light on the enigmatic creatures known as shadow people. The Book of Job has long captivated readers with its profound exploration of suffering and the human experience. Filled with deep philosophical questions, it presents a unique challenge to those who seek to comprehend its underlying messages. Throughout history, legends and folklore have often mentioned the existence of shadow people. These elusive and enigmatic beings have intrigued and terrified people across cultures. Shadow people, also referred to as shadow beings or shadow figures, are mysterious entities often associated with sleep paralysis experiences. Witnesses describe seeing fleeting silhouettes lurking in the corners of their vision or standing ominously at the foot of their beds. While these encounters are prevalent in modern times, the presence of shadow figures is not a recent phenomenon. But what is the connection between these shadowy figures and the biblical narrative? Within the vast tapestry of the Book of Job, chapter 4 emerges as a pivotal turning point in the narrative. It unveils a fascinating encounter between Job's companion, Eliphaz, and a shadowy figure. Exploring this chapter can shed light on the enigmatic nature of these shadow people within a biblical context. Job, a righteous man who faced unimaginable suffering, found himself in a state of deep distress. In his anguish, his companions offered their perspectives on the cause of his misfortune, leading to a passionate and philosophical discourse. As Job's friend Eliphaz spoke, he recounted a chilling encounter with a presence that resembled a shadow. This encounter disrupted his peace and brought forth a profound realization. Job's suffering was perceived to be a consequence of divine judgment. Eliphaz's depiction of the shadow figure offers intriguing insights into their nature. Let's examine the encounter starting in Job 4 verses 13 through 14, which says, "Amid thoughts from visions of the night, when deep sleep falls on men, dread came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones shake." Eliphaz, one of Job's friends, had a nightly vision where he saw an apparition. The verse does not say that he was sleeping. We are simply told that it happened at night when people normally sleep. Then, fear came upon him to the point that even his bones were shaking. Why was he so afraid? We continue to read verse 15, which gives us the reason he was so petrified. "A spirit glided past my face. The hair of my flesh stood up." A spirit had passed by which gave him goosebumps. Anyone who has been in the presence of a spirit being can tell you that the hair of the flesh would normally stand up because of fear. The commentator Matthew Henry tells us why this happened. Ever since man sinned, it has been terrible to him to receive an express from heaven, as conscious to himself that he can expect no good tidings thence. Apparitions, therefore, even of good spirits, have always made deep impressions of fear, even upon good men. The pulpit commentary continues along the same line when it states, "Certainly the impression left on Eliphaz was that he had had a communication from the spirit world. Not the hair of his head only, but every hair on his whole body, stiffened, bristled, and rose up on end in horror." So, our sinful nature is the reason why we are afraid of supernatural beings. Verse 16 then provides some form of description of the entity which Eliphaz saw. "It stood still, but I could not discern its appearance. A form was before my eyes, there was silence, then I heard a voice." Even though Eliphaz could see the entity, he was not able to tell us exactly what it actually looked like because it was a spirit clothed in human form. In his commentary, Paul Kreutzmann informs us that the entity had a shadowy indistinctness which creates such an impression of awe. So, we can conclude that Eliphaz had seen a shadow creature. The Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Spirits defines shadow people as dark figures associated with nighttime visits and some haunted places. Shadow people appear as solid black figures who are darker than darkness. Most appear to be male, some wear coats and hats. They are usually 6.5 feet in height. They have substance and form and can interrupt light and block objects from view. Shadow people rarely communicate, but many seem intensely interested in human beings. They can remain for long periods of time and, when observed, disappear suddenly or melt through walls and ceilings. Some act aggressively toward people, causing choking sensations. Many experiencers feel shadow people are a type of nasty spirit, even a demon, because they sense evil or trickery radiating from them. Almost all experiencers are deeply frightened of shadow people, even though they are not harmed by them. Shadow beings have fascinated civilizations across the globe, featuring prominently in myths and folklore. These dark, ethereal figures have left an indelible mark on the collective psyche of humanity. Shadow people are a paranormal phenomenon that has been reported by people worldwide. These entities are typically described as dark, shadowy figures that appear to be humanoid in shape but lack distinct features such as facial characteristics, just like Eliphaz had described. They are often reported to move silently and swiftly, sometimes seeming to dart in and out of peripheral vision. While shadow people have gained popularity in recent years, their history can be traced back to various cultures and historical accounts. The concept of shadowy, malevolent entities has existed in folklore and mythology throughout history. In various cultures, these beings were often associated with malevolent spirits, demons, or other supernatural entities. The Hat Man is a shadow figure often associated with negative energy and evil intentions. Reports of shadow people in more recent times began to gain attention in the late 20th century. These accounts often describe encounters with shadowy figures that seem to watch or stalk individuals, sometimes even appearing at the foot of their beds. Witnesses often report feeling intense fear or dread during these encounters. A recent example of a shadowy figure is Slender Man, who is a fictional character that originated on the internet and has since become a part of online folklore and popular culture. Slender Man is often depicted as a tall, thin, and faceless figure dressed in a black suit. He is known for his ability to stretch and distort his limbs, as well as his tendency to stalk and abduct children and teenagers. In 2014, Slender Man became the subject of real-life controversy when two young girls in Wisconsin attempted to murder a classmate, claiming that they did so to appease Slender Man. There are various theories regarding the nature of shadow people. Some suggest that they are interdimensional beings or entities from a parallel universe. Others believe they are manifestations of negative energy or malevolent spirits. Skeptics often attribute these experiences to sleep paralysis, hallucinations, or other psychological phenomena. Despite cultural differences, there are striking similarities in the portrayal of shadow beings across various belief systems. They are often associated with darkness, mystery, and the realm of the supernatural. Theological perspectives on shadow entities vary, with interpretations ranging from benign representations of divine presence to menacing figures associated with evil forces. The diverse viewpoints invite a deeper exploration of the nature and significance of shadow beings within a biblical framework. One central question revolves around the true nature of these shadow entities. Are they angelic messengers or demonic manifestations? Debates abound, as theological scholars grapple with the complex interplay between light and darkness within the biblical context. Some propose that shadow entities in the Bible serve as indicators of supernatural occurrences. They appear to navigate the realm between the physical and spiritual, playing a mysterious role in divine interventions. Most Bible commentators believe that the shadow entity encountered by Eliphaz to be an angel because the voice he heard brought a celestial message in verses 17 through 19. Can mortal man be in the right before God? Can a man be pure before his Maker? Even in his servants he puts no trust, and his angels he charges with error. How much more those who dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed like the moth. Shadow encounters persist in modern times, with numerous accounts from individuals who have experienced their presence. These contemporary testimonies demonstrate the lasting impact of shadow beings on the human psyche, leaving us to grapple with age-old questions that persist in the present. Individuals who have encountered shadow beings often report profound effects on their lives. These encounters can evoke fear, awe, and a heightened sense of spiritual awareness. As we conclude our exploration of the shadow people in the biblical context of Job chapter 4, we invite you to reflect on the profound mysteries concealed within these verses. Whether you perceive them as tangible creatures, symbolic representations, or psychological manifestations, their presence continues to captivate and intrigue. Next time you have goosebumps at night, it could be that you might be in the presence of a shadow entity. Thank you for joining us on this captivating exploration. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more mystical mysteries and fascinating discussions. Until next time, keep reading your Bible for more supernatural encounters.